Greetings, fam. So I'm sitting here and I've got some unresolved issues. And so I thought I would just, run it by y'all because maybe some of you share my unresolved issues as well. For starters, there are more slaves today than in any time in history. Black people, what is wrong with you? We are creating a whole new generation of sex crazed, loose morals, nigglets. There's no other word for it. And parents, you need to stop. Stop selling your children out like commodities. The Bible clearly says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. This is not cute. Leviticus 19:29. Parents, we've got to start when the children are little. Because once they get past a certain age, it's a wrap. You have to talk to your children. Stop trying to be their friend. You've got little kids walking around calling themselves Trap Goddess Shorty. They don't even know what that means. We have to be obedient to the word. Proverbs 22:6 says, train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And that's not gender specific. It relates to children, male or female. You have to train them in the way they should go. And when they get older, they will not depart from it. Then we've got this new age of what they call the selfie. And some of you have taken it to the nth level. Here we got this bird who is taking a selfie with her grandma. Grandma don't know what's up. Grandma probably got Alzheimer's and dementia and all kind of other stuff. So she figured, well, yeah, okay. She said, hold her leg. I'll hold her leg. But really? And then this dude, what's wrong with you? I guess he thought he was taking a selfie. He forgot that there was the mirror in back of him. So now everybody on the internet has to look at your sagging ass. Sisters and brothers, this has been an issue for quite a long time. I grew up in a generation where these lost tribe Negroes of my era used to really put a lot of value on skin color. In fact, they had something called the paper bag test. And if you were darker than the paper bag, then you couldn't hang. And for some reason, even in this generation, although it's not as blatant as it was back then, people still think that light skin is a prize. It's not. And dark skin is not a crime. We need to get over that. That is all going back to that Willie Lynch mentality where it was created to turn the black race internally against each other. So little things were thought of in order to make us hate each other for all the wrong reasons. You cannot help the skin you're born in. We are all black people. So it has to end, people, and it has to end now. Dark skin is not a crime, and light skin is not a prize. And this is a wake-up call to all of you lost tribe Negroes. God is my witness. I can't wait to see this trend go away, because we've got, even in other countries, my biggest shame in being African is when I visit Africa and see those big billboards plastered all up and down the highways for skin lightening cream. Why can't we love the skin we're in? Sisters, this is for you. A silly woman looks at what a man drives, but a queen looks at what drives the man. Please believe what he drives says nothing about his character, says nothing about how he's going to treat you as his queen, says nothing about who he is, period. And half the time the car don't even be his. But that's irrelevant in the full scope of things. You want to find out what drives him, what makes him who he is, where he's going, and how he plans to get there. Because if you along for the ride, trust me, all those things will matter. And another heads up to you men, to you ballers. Don't flash money to get females and then wonder why they only want money. And sisters, again, don't expose your body to get men and then wonder why he only wants sex. So we've got to get our priorities right, people, because somewhere along the line, we forgot who we are. We come from kings and queens, but we're acting like bed wenches and field slaves. If I stole this extra bag of corn, then maybe I can get her to sleep with me. And if I flash him a little bit of this or a little bit of that, then maybe I can get that extra bale of hay. Stop it. The other thing that I have an issue with, an unresolved issue, is some of these new trends. I saw a sister out last night with green glow-in-the-dark contacts. She scared the bejesus out of me. Old girl looked like a walking Xbox. God is my witness. And I made a little meme about it, but the truth is that everything not for us. And some things are not for nobody. Who in their right mind would want glow-in-the-dark contacts? Not to mention, I would imagine that somewhere along the line, that must not be good for your eyes. But we like to follow trends. Okay. The hair. Sisters, I don't know why, but we seem to have a lot of issues with our hair. And this sister, I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if she did this herself or if she let somebody do this to her. But that, oh, girlfriend, don't you have any friends? This is not a good look. And then look at old white dude in the background. He's looking like he just saw something unique and spectacular that he has never seen before, because he is totally transfixed on that hairdo. And it's not even, I mean, you know, people can do whatever they want to do. This is true. But I don't think this is what girlfriend was going for. I think probably from the front it looked a lot better than it actually does. Or maybe she had a mirror that wasn't that focused. I just don't know. I have no words for it. But try again. I had to leave my exterminator a note. I said, and I put this on my door, I said, I will not need your services again, because whatever you sprayed the last time, the roaches love it. And it's amazing how these companies can rip you off, because the whole point of them doing that is so that they can come again and again and again. Because why? You still have roaches. I thought the point of your visit was to get rid of the roaches. So they come, and especially the ones who are hired by these buildings. And so I told my building manager, I said, don't send him in here no more. And believe it or not, I found a product online called Avion. And it's a roach gel. And this, you put it down, they disappear. I don't know what it is. If it sends out an alarm to let them know, danger, 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 but they are gone. So for that, I'm grateful. But be careful with companies that make business off repeat visits, because whatever it is that they come in to do, they obviously ain't doing it right. Okay, speaking of food, Barney went on a diet 2 years ago and lost 280 pounds. That's going to be me in a few months because I've changed my eating. You know that a lot of damage that we do to ourselves is the byproduct of our eating habits. And like a lot of you, I love good food, but a lot of good tasting food ain't no good for you. And I'm a cake person. I love cakes and pies. Sometimes there used to be a time, I can't do it no more, but there used to be a time I could eat a whole cake by myself. So we got to change, especially when we get older, because things that may not affected us when we were young and running the streets, when you get old and you don't get out as much, it affects you. But congratulations to Barney. Although in that picture on the right, it looks like he should be singing, I love steroids, steroids love me. Anyway, so the Mayans predicted the arrival of Lil Wayne. To the right is a statue, a Mayan statue. And as you can see, it looks a lot like our boy. Funny how he just dropped his new album. I thought he was having a lot of problems with Baby, but I guess when you're in an abusive relationship, but he pays all the bills, you just gotta hang in there, bro. Not that I agree with that statement, but apparently he felt he needed to just stay. Okay, speaking of celebrities, some of your celebrities, they fall on hard times. Don't think just because they're doing good today. I've seen it happen time and time again. Every winter, spring, summer, they fall. And I done been around a million of y'all. But bottom line, the winner take all. So I found this ain't B, but it sure could be her. Before tax season, years down the road, when her and Jay done tricked away all that money. I thought it was amusing because old girl's still wearing her little stage costumes. I'm going to wind down now. I think I've talked enough-ish. But I want to just leave you with this. Drama does not just walk into your life. You either create it, invite it, or you associate with people who love to bring it into your life. So you know what that means. If you find yourself filled with a lot of drama, sit down and think, am I creating this drama? Sometimes you got to make your circle tight. I can tell you my old circle is quite different from my new circle. And if you associate with people who bring drama in your life, well, you got to start cleaning house. That's all. Because who needs that? Especially if you're trying to get somewhere in life. It's like mud in your wings. And of course, you don't want to invite drama. There's people I know of. I don't associate with them, but I know of them because they're in close proximity. Some of them are my neighbors. And all they do is invite drama. They want to hear a story. They want to spread a story. They just got to be at the center of things. And they stay with drama. Fam, we fall down, but we do get up. Please believe. All right, I'm going to end in prayer. Lord, I tried to keep this one lighthearted because it was some serious stuff that really makes me angry. But sometimes you scare away the people by coming too harsh. And so I didn't want them to fear the messenger, but I did want them to get the message. So I hope I've accomplished that, Lord. That was my goal and purpose. And to this end, I believe it has been served. Lord, I thank you for the listener. I thank you for the subscribers. And I thank you for the miracle you have done in my life. In Jesus' name, amen.